where does your new inspiration come from? I mean, you've been doing it for so many years. You've done a lot of projects, a lot of jobs, a lot of personal stuff, personal projects. Do you ever get that kind of writer's block, essentially? Like, where am I going to go next? What am I going to do next?
Yeah, I think we all do. That's normal. I find that happens once a year, but I find that the most refreshing projects I go on are like tourism projects. I think tourism offices have gotten really good at building these trips for people like me, for photographers, in a sense that is really, they take a lot of cues from, if you take the example of the video, I just put a new video on YouTube that's about La Mar, the northern region of France.
Sure, yeah.
That few people go to. Yeah, and when these guys reached out a year ago about this concept of like, we want you to come here, you in the worst possible season, in the storm season, in the end of November. Okay, cool. Already there's something interesting there, right? And then after that, I've done enough tourism projects to know that it's a bit shallow sometimes. Most of the time, you're just gonna go see nice places and leave. You've never really been there. So it's like this time I really want to connect with a lot of different people, because I think that what makes a destination, although this sounds cheesy, but it's true, what makes a destination is the people there.
Yeah.
So who do I meet? So I really press them for connections to farmers and just people off the land, who lived off the land, who'd have a story to tell, a different point of view, athletes who live there, who've decided to live there, although it's hard for their sport, right? If you're a mountain bike athlete, La Marche doesn't have a lot of mountains, right? You need downhills if you're an NTB athlete. So I was really interested in what made all these people kind of stick around, because the weather is so terrible. I was like, why are you there? So I find that these kind of projects where that's what's most inspiring to me. That's where the inspiration comes from, is in sort of unearthing this perspective shift, right? Like, what's an unexpected thing I can bring to this project? Well, let's meet the people who decide to be there against all odds and when the weather is not cooperating. That is my form of inspiration, is bringing this simple idea, like, what if, or wouldn't it be cool if, insert question there.
Yeah, I love it. I have something in common with that, I guess. I mean, I always, as a portrait photographer, I try and uncover the lesser known people that, I don't know anything about, or I think other people don't know anything about. And that whole process and getting to know them in the process is the most enjoyable part. And I totally agree with you. And people really do make the place, they make the culture, they shape the environment, they shape the narrative of that place, and fit in with whatever environmental conditions they have. So I think that's really important for people to understand who are into travel. It's not about going to a place and getting a few shots for your Instagram. It's about really meeting the people, learning about who they are and why they're there, and what generational history they have, what cultural practices they have, and what language they speak. Just all of that, right? It's just fascinating.